in the intelligence of the Word of God, that the Word of God is smart. He had faith that the Word of God was mobile. It can be spoken. It can leave the Word. The Word spoken can leave the Word in the flesh. And it is intelligent enough to locate without even giving it my home address. It's an intelligent force. It goes into my house. The Word has a way of finding out who is not feeling well. The Word. It goes to the right servant who is not feeling well without being told. How do you administer the Word at that magnitude? Most people don't understand the effectiveness of the Word. You see, there are certain measures, certain levels of deliverance that if I start to explain to people here, most people will get confused. You see, like in the case where there are demons that you cast and they come out. And you get to a level where you cast demons that are not even present. There are demons like that. Where you get to a point where by the use of the Word, you cast out demons that are not even present.
What do you mean?
You speak from here because there are certain demons that would come occasionally. There are people who are being afflicted at certain times of the night. Certain attacks that come during certain seasons of the month. Demons, they just come, they attack, and they depart. What they leave is chaos. What they leave are open wounds. When you get to a person, have you ever seen people that seem to be demon possessed? When you look at what they do, the way they speak, the way they walk, the way they behave, you can, without any spirit of discernment, you can see this man is possessed. Pray for him, no demon comes out.
Yes, Father.
He is being visited by an evil spirit and he's made to do certain things. And by the time that you start praying for that person, the demon that afflicts him might not even be present at the time that you are praying for him. Take note of this. So how do you cast those demons that are not even present?
Help us, Father.
You must understand the migration of the Word of God. Where you speak from here and the Word leaves you, it goes to wherever that demon is, and the demon is commanded. And you are casting out demons that are already outside of a person. People must understand this. There are people right now who are getting attacked. And when you try to help a person, he's so calm. And you're wondering what he's telling you, what he's going through. It's so clear that the man is under a demonic attack, but you can't cast out that kind of a demon. Unless you know how to release a word and let it go out. And you give orders to demons that are not even present. And you tell them to remain where they are from one place, because the Word is mobile. As long as you can hear the sound of my voice, you have a situation. Ups and downs. You go up, you go down. You go up, you go down. And you spend most of your time down. You keep on falling every time. Even when you try to rise, you keep on falling. These are missiles that the devil launches against you. And he's not present at the time when The man of God is trying to help you. You see, having a centurion talk to Jesus, this is as good as having someone praying for you to God. That's exactly what is happening. It's someone praying to God for your healing. And then God speaks a word. He tells me to go my way. And then you realize that it wasn't him who said, may your servant be healed. It was the centurion who spoke of the healing. It was the centurion who spoke of the healing. It was the centurion. If you can speak it, if it is, don't wait for God to say it. It wasn't Jesus who said, be healed. It was the centurion who said, my servant can be healed if you speak a word. Healing came out of the mouth of the centurion, of the victim.
Wow, wow, wow.
Speak what you want to see happening. The devil has since stopped for a very long time fighting against prayers from God's people. If the devil can only get you to speak against your own prayer, he allows you to pray for 10 hours. If he can only get you to speak against what you've prayed for. It's no longer the devil fighting your prayers. It is your conversations that then begins to undermine what you've been saying in prayer. If he can get you to say things that are contrary and not consistent with what you have been saying in prayer, that's it. That's it. It wasn't Jesus who said your servant is healed. Healing came out of the mouth of the victim. He spoke, and that word became flesh. There are things that we want to see happening in our lives, and we're just waiting for God to say it. Yet God has given you the power to speak. And when you speak the word, he helps you. God himself helps you transport that word that you have spoken to the rightful location. What is it that you want God to do for you today? What is it that you want God to say? The fact that you know already what you want him to say, go ahead and say it. Is it healing that you want? You have to say. Is it a miracle that you want? Is there any way that you want God to intervene in your matter? Instead of you waiting for him to say that, go ahead and say what you want God to say. All that God is going to say to you is, go thy way. And you see the materialization of the spoken word. In the presence of Jesus, say what you want to see happening. In the presence, as long as you're present, and Jesus is present, in that presence of Jesus, speak a word. Speak a word. When you're telling Jesus to speak a word, you mustn't forget that you're also speaking a word. When you speak a word, the word that has been made flesh helps you transport what you've said. Now we have received a word. Jesus is in us, the word. Right now, as you are listening to me, you are hearing him speak. Now that you have conceived, you are now pregnant with the word. What will come out is something tangible. A baby is going to be born. When that baby entered into the womb of Mary, it wasn't a material thing. A word was spoken by the angel of the Lord. A word. And then she conceived the word. The word. And after 9 months, what came out was flesh. You will have material things in your life and in your house that were never material before. Another form of manifestation. Things that we see happening today, things that we can interact, that we can touch, were once in another form. So what we are calling creation today is a translation of objects that were once in existence in a form that is not usable to us. So the word that God has given to you right now, the word that you are receiving, it's a material. It is the next property that you are going to have. What you speak, you will eventually touch. What you speak, you will eventually carry.
Yes. Yes.
Child of God, believe what I'm telling you right here and right now.
Yes. Yes.
If you want your world to be framed and to be restored and to be renovated, resort to the word. Speak his word. Never contradict what he said in his written scriptures, in his written word. Don't contradict that. God is faithful yesterday, today, and forever. He's committed. Once he has given you a promise, as long as that word was from God, as long as God gave you, as long as that dream was from the Lord, as long as the revelation was from the Lord, as long as the desire that you have is birthed by God in you to desire to become better. Hear me, child of God. Go thy way, and there shall be a performance of those words spoken to you. You have to believe him. You have to believe Jesus. You have to believe Jesus. Of all the people that have spoken into your life, I would rather believe Jesus. Believe what he said. This cannot be the end of you. An intelligent God cannot create a person to live a life like that and then it ends like that. He has a better plan for you. There must be something greater than this. Go thy way and let it be done unto you as you have not just believed, but as you have spoken. As you have spoken. It was what he said that then happened. Jesus did not raise his hands and say, let's close our eyes. And then he began to pray. No. He sent him away before he spoke. The word, the invisible, is becoming flesh in your life from this day. The next time you do an inventory of what you have, count the word. Don't leave it out. Of the things that you have, the word being the source of everything, it means you have everything. As long as you can speak it out, declare it out of your mouth. Make a declaration today over your children that these, as long as God lives, because you know he's never going to die, they shall never beg for bread. My children will never be homeless. Speak a word. When that word is spoken, guess what? God, the God that you wanted to speak on your behalf, all that he's going to say is, go thy way and let it be done unto you